Good morning, students. Welcome you all for Next Generation Learning. Today we are going to see the subject Science and Class 4, Chapter number 12, Weather, Air and Water. Topics: Impurities in Water. The first one, impurities in water. Water that comes from tap, well, river and other sources is not fit for drinking purposes. It contains impurities like dust, waste, and salt. The unwanted that make water unfit for drinking are known as impurities. So, what is meant by impurities? We know that we are getting the water from tap, well, river, and other sources. This water is not fit for drinking directly because it contains some impurities such as dust, waste, and salt. This unwanted that make water unfit for drinking are known as impurities. If we drink the impure water, we might fall ill. There are number of diseases such as cholera, diarrhea, and typhoid that are caused by the consumptions of impure water. So, impurities in the water might be easy to spot if they are insoluble. What is meant by insoluble? If you take water, if I mix some sand and also stone, if I mix some sand and also stone into the water, no, if I mix some sand, some salt and stone into the water, the salt is mixed with the water, so it is not visible to our eye, but the stone is visible to eye and it does not dissolve in the water, so this is called insoluble. However, some impurities like harmful germs and dissolved salt are hard to see. We couldn't see the germs present in the water. So how to identify these germs present in the water, how to remove these germs present in the water? Water must be cleaned to get rid of these impurities. The process that help in purification of water are as mentioned below. The first process is boiling. Boiling is the simplest and most common method of purifying water. This process kills many germs and bacteria that contaminate water. It takes about 20 minutes to kill the germs by boiling depending on the quantity of water. Normally we are boil the water in our home. It is the best method to purifying our water. It takes 20 minutes to kill germs present in the water. Usually water is boiled till bubbles form on the surface. We know that when we are boiling the water, some bubbles are formed on the surface of the water. When the bubbles are seeing, that time the germs present in the water are killed. Boiled water should be stored in clean vessels. After boiling, you should have store this water into clean vessels. The next method is a filtration. While pouring tea into a cup, we generally use a strainer so that the tea leaves do not fall into the cup. We know that when we are drinking the tea, we are pouring the tea into cup using the strainer. Why we are using that strainer? Because this strainer stop the tea leaves into the cup. The tea without leaves collect into the cup. This process is known as filtration. Filtration is the tiny insoluble particles by passing it through the different filters. The purified water is collected into a container and stored. Look at this image. Here, the impure water is filtered by filtration method. Uh, This filtration method is used to remove the insoluble materials from the impure water. So it need filter paper or some other filters and clean vessel. When we pour the impure water into the filter or strainer, it collects the insoluble wastes particles, insoluble particles and wastes, and it allow the water only into the container. The next one is sedimentation and decondition. So, what is meant by sedimentation and decondition? The process by which an insoluble impurity such as sand is separated from water by letting it settle is called sedimentation. So, using this sedimentation process, we can separate the sand water, muddy water, muddy water. When we keep the muddy water for some hours without disturbing, the sand or settle at the down. This is called sedimentation. The process by which the clear water is poured into another container is called decondition. After sedimentation, the pure water or above the impure, impure substance. So this clean water is transferred into another container. This process is called decondition. However, it should be noted that the water is still impure to drink as it many contains germs and bacteria. After sedimentation, we are pouring the clear water into another container, but this water also contain many germs and bacteria. So we have to boil this water again and you can drink. The last process is called chlorination. There are certain germs and bacteria that causes waterborne diseases. These germs and bacteria are killed by the process of chlorination. Chlorine is added to tap water or other water sources as a gas or as tablet. Chlorine is toxic to the germs and bacteria. The chlorination is a very simple process. It kills germs, bacteria present in the impure water. When we add chlorine tablet or we add chlorine gas into the impure water. We need to drink water to survive. However, most water on earth cannot be used directly and needs to be purified. Therefore, we should save water and be careful about how we store and use it. We know that the water is very important for everyone, but the most of our earth is covered with water, but it is unfit for drinking. So you need to purify the water and save the water for our life. Thank you for watching.